Let's see if people gonna join the room today. It's been a couple of days since I've been on here live. Try to give us a time to see if people gonna join in, join the conversation. Maybe people got a few questions. How the hell I get a like with a thumbs up with nobody in here yet? Oh, I guess people joining. Side, I'm gonna do a little Q&A, chat it up with y'all today, man. Been a couple days since I did a live feed. See if a couple of people gonna join. We got 3 in the room so far. Maybe we get a couple more people going. Hopefully my signal be good enough. I'm gonna do a little Q&A, man. Who in the room? I guess nobody got none right now. It's 3 people so far. Hey, what's up, man? OTR means on the run. What's up, man? Just chilling right now on my 10-hour break right now. I'm just trying to chop it up with y'all, man. Get some more people in the room. I know it's I'm out here in Wisconsin right now, man. I'm out here in Wisconsin chilling until the morning. Until actually the afternoon. I gotta pick up a load and run it down to Atlanta. Tita Truck and Hooper, what up? Started on the yard today for Swift straight line back and shifting, etc. Hey, that's what's up, man. You on the yard now, man. Just take your time, man. Especially this your first week, man. That first week gonna go by so fast. Then little you know it, man, you'll be about to get ready to go and test out and get your license. The weather where I'm at, man, it's just raining right now. It's probably like 68, the higher 60s. Right now, I'm up here in Wisconsin, in the middle of nowhere. My signal ain't all that good. I'm out here using the Wi-Fi at the truck stop. What's a lot of info today? How you do your first week on the yard? I did horrible my first week. I was horrible. When I first got on the yard, I wasn't all that good, man. My scrape back was horrible, all that. It took me about maybe the 3rd day to get it together, but I just took my time and just ask your instructors as many questions as possible. Tell them to guide you and walk you through it. But they're not going to get on the truck and help you do it or nothing. But I had a shitty ass instructor who they stuck me with when I was on the yard and all that. And he was lazy. He didn't really want to, show people how to do the maneuvers like that. He would show you like one time and then expect for you to just be able to do it. What they got you? What school you going to? Shifting, double clutching, did all right for a first day, but still got to get better. Yeah, man, it's just your first day. You'll get it, man. Trust me. I was horrible, man, shifting, especially when driving through where I was driving through, and they had a bunch of lights. I had to downshift, upshift. It's a headache. But once you learn that double clutch, honestly, when you get out here on the road and you get you a manual truck, when you get out on the road and you learn how to float your gears, you wouldn't even have to use your double clutch. I mean, you wouldn't even have to double clutch. You wouldn't even have to use the clutch unless you come into a complete stop. Like me, I don't really use the clutch like that. I mostly float my gears. But it takes time, though. The first week, man, it's always going to be kind of rough. It's just something new to you. especially if you never drove a manual. If you drove an automatic, like your regular cars, then man, it's always gonna be a little bit rough. There's always one at every yard. Yeah, there really is. True, save that clutch. Yeah, it's just if I just learned how to not use the clutch so much because your leg will get tired eventually, man, when you just double clutching. But you want to learn your double clutch first. And then you say you out in Champaign, Illinois. So in Illinois, you definitely got a double clutch when you test it out. So once you get that double clutch under control and stuff like that, you wouldn't even have to really do the double clutch no more. You'll be just floating, especially once you get used to shifting gears. Say I went to 360 in Morton, Illinois, Hooper. So what company are you guys going to that's went to 360 down in Illinois? What company y'all going to? Okay, T2, okay, you going to Swift. Swift paying for that, or you just paid out of your pocket on your own? I didn't know they had a school down there. It's probably because you live down there, I think. And it's closer to you. Yeah. See, they sent me all the way to Crystal Lake, Illinois. That's where they had sent me. I guess most of the people who live in Chicago, they send you up to Crystal Lake. But that's decent though, since you already from down there, you ain't got to travel that far or nothing, so that ain't too bad. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask or anything about being on the road or anything like that? I went to 360 in 2013. I haven't driven in a few years, but getting the itch to come back. What you got off the road or something? What I mean, you went you switched career fields? Warren Thompson? Did you switch career fields or something? I went to 360. I haven't been driven in getting it. Yeah, I switched. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This I don't know, man. This something. This is like a new career field for me. I done security and work at the airport for a long time. I did security for almost 8 years, and I got into driving trucks, and I don't really think I'm gonna go back to doing anything else. I don't think I'm not gonna be OTR forever though. Once I make this move that I'm gonna be regional, and I'm just gonna run mostly West Coast freight. Because I know after I make this year and Thursday, when I get my own truck, I want to be able to pick my own load so I can run the routes that I want to run. And I'm mostly going to run all West Coast freights because that's why I plan on moving to. So T the Trucker Hooper, how you been studying for that pre-trip yet? Trying to see if more people gonna come in, yeah. I did Northwest Airlines for 20 years. Hey man, you put in that time, 20 years? That's a long time. Greensboro, Calvo. Hey, what's up, man? I see you got your permit, man. Did you do some of those practice tests that was on the internet? Cause man, that works, man. That's how I pass. Doing practice tests. I'm not good at studying either. I couldn't sit back and read that book all day. I don't know, I just couldn't do all that reading. I just did a bunch of practice tests and remember the questions that was in the practice test. I'm gonna call him Kevin. I forgot. I keep saying the whole name. Yeah, I did. I did some of them in that app called DMV. Okay, that shit help. How was your yard skills? Did you get on the yard yet today? Yeah, I've been studying pre-trip. Got a lot of info to memorize. Hey, that pre-trip, man, to make it easy for yourself, create you some flashcards. Create you some flashcards on that pre-trip, and you can study while you on the yard, waiting to get on the truck to do your skills, on the yard. While you sitting on the sideline, you could be studying, cause that's an easier way. That offset is something else. Yeah, that offset is though, but that offset is kind of sweet though, because that's honestly some of the moves that I know my shit. Honestly, the offset is one of the only baggings that you really gonna use. It's like setting yourself up. That's how you really gonna set up at the truck stop. But you're not gonna do the whole turn the steering wheel to the far left or anything and hold it till your truck turn around or nothing. It's just you're gonna set up different. But that offset, when you master that offset, it's definitely gonna make everything else much easier for you. Hey, Bill Oldham. Hey, that's what's up, man. Roy's a good company, man. I almost went to Roy. The reason why I didn't go to them, because they called me back too late. I was already at school with Swift by the time they had called me back. But I was going to go to them, because I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and Wisconsin really ain't that far. And I think they was going to send me up to Wisconsin. I almost went. Yeah, that offset though, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing in your mirror. You gotta roll with faith. If you once you hold it to that hard left until it comes back around and you can start going back right, you good, man. That offset is something else though. How flexible is Swift with home time? I need a few weeks off in January. Swift is flexible. Hold on. Swift is flexible with the home time. You just gotta let them know if you have something important coming up. Like I got to get ready to take 2 weeks off, but I put the time in and earn it. But you just got to let them know. And then since you at the school right now, it's best to talk with your recruiter right now. When are you trying to take some time off? Are you asking this question? Are you asking this question for when you are at home? I mean, when you become part of the company, once they hire you after orientation? I'm not understanding your question. I need a 3 weeks off in January. Oh, yeah. If you want to stay out long enough, man, you can take some time off. My bad, I ain't read the full question. Yeah, they flexible with their home time. You just got to put the time in to get your home time. But they get you home when you need it. What's poppin' stage just made it to Cali. Oh yeah. Hey, that's what's up, man. I was just in Cali like about 4 or 5 days ago. It's good, man. It feel good out there. Wait, they let you take 2 weeks off? Reason why I'm taking 2 weeks off, because I just earned my vacation days. I've been here for a whole year now. It makes a year for me this Thursday. My signal bad. Damn. Yeah, Wi-Fi want to do me like. Yeah, I'm back, man. My signal. Yeah, Swift let me take 2 weeks off. Reason why I'm taking it off. Yeah, I'm trying to move in those 2 weeks that I'm taking off. I got that many days because I've been on the road for like 5 months, and I earned my vacation. So I'm gonna mix my vacation in with the days that I earned off. So that's how I'm actually getting ready and be able to take 2 weeks off. How long are you usually OTR before you get burnt out? It depends how you. Oh my God! Wait, hold on, man. Shit. I don't know if y'all can see this, but damn, I wish this signal get. Yeah, my signal going in and out, but I usually get burnt out probably after like 3 weeks running straight. But it depends on how you run. I know how to fit my 34s in between when I'm running. So sometimes if I get a load, I would take my 34-hour reset. I would take it while I'm under a load, and I would take a day off, and I would rest that whole day and just chill out. So that's why y'all be seeing me making those videos when I be in like certain cities. When I be in like certain cities and you see me filming like the city and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, my bad about that, man. I'm using this truck stop Wi-Fi because my phone signal is only 3G out here, and it's raining. It seems like ever since it started raining, the signal been going in and out. But I usually take my 34s. I schedule my 34s out to work for me to get enough rest so I don't get burnt out. I've been out here for 5 months. And I'm really not burnt out. It's all about how you run and how you set up your 34s. But if you get off the truck and you go out and explore the cities and enjoy yourself, you really don't get burnt out. I don't. I mean, it depends. Yeah, man, my phone signal is weak, and they Wi-Fi's keep making my phone freeze up. Where are you at today? I'm out here in Wisconsin right now. I'm sitting out here in Wisconsin, and I'm gonna be all the way. I'm gonna be here till in the morning till I pick up my load, and then I'm gonna run that load down to Atlanta. They got me on the East Coast for right now, but I'm gonna be back west. I'm always running back west. How old are their trucks, and what year and model do you have? Swift trucks ranges from like 2014s all the way to 2018s. They're phasing out the old trucks now. So a lot of the new students coming in getting new trucks. It depends on where you upgrade at. From what I know, a lot of the new trucks, they had like the big terminals, like Salt Lake City, where the West Valley terminal. It's about to freeze up. Yeah, it depends on what terminal you It depends on what terminal you upgrade at. But I got a Freightliner, a 2015. Alright, Kevo, man, I'm gonna holler at you, man. I already know you gotta get up for class in the morning, man. Go ahead, man, so you get them CDLs, man, and get out here on this road. No, I'm not even at a Love's Wi-Fi. I'm not even using a Wi-Fi. I'm at a Quick Trip truck stop. One of these little mom and pop truck stops. They Wi-Fi free. I'm using a free Wi-Fi outside on the truck. They Wi-Fi free. Love's want to make you pay for the Wi-Fi. Grand Mo J, what's good, Trucker States? Hey man, what's up, man? It's all good. I'm just chilling right now. I just got a full day off to myself. I mean, I did work today. I dropped the load off, so I got paid today. It's just I'm chilling until 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'm like 6 miles from my pickup. I gotta go pick up this load and run it down to Atlanta, Georgia, then drop it. Then I'll be done. I'll deliver that on Thursday, actually, in the morning. It's a little quick 1,000-mile run. No big deal. How much does the Wi-Fi cost? If you go to the Loves, all the regular truck, all your big brand truck stops, like your Loves, all the way to like your Pilots, they charge you $1.99 for an hour. It's $5. It's $4.99 for 1 day for 24 hours. Then you got a $19.99 for 30 days. Then you got like $199 for the whole year. What I do is sometimes I use my points from the truck stops, and I will pay for the 30-day period. Like I got 30 days at the A Pt.2 and the TA for unlimited hotspot. How would you rate the QT in Wisconsin? Oh, the quick trip. They good, man. They got a variety of foods, and they got free Wi-Fi. Oh man, they got a good food selection and good Wi-Fi, and it's free. And they're more cheaper on the prices too. Yeah, they're more cheaper too on their prices. I think Wisconsin just cheaper to live. How many miles a week should I expect with Swift as a rookie? I'm gonna be straight up honest. When you first start off, your first month to probably like your third month, you're gonna get low mileage. When I say low, it's not bad mileage. I would say probably like 2,200, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna test you to see can you handle the truck, as far as driving safely, and can you make your appointments on time? Can you run the truck the way you want to? And they're going to start increasing your miles the more that you show them that you can be productive. With Swift, you know, you got to earn your keep, and you got to put in the work. So when you first get out, you know, I ain't saying they're not going to give you any miles, but don't expect to come out and get a 3,000-mile run your first week. They're not going to do it. If you do it, then if they do, then hey, they blessed you. Run it, prove yourself. That's all you got to do. And once they see that you're on time for mostly all your loads, then your miles is going to start going up. And what I did was, my miles was low at one point. I was only seeing probably like maybe $400 checks, like my first 2 months, and I was just getting frustrated. But I just kept the truck rolling, made my appointments on time, and once I proved myself, I got on the phone with my driver leader, and once I did that, I was telling her I need more miles. I mean, I'm showing that I can run it, any load that you give me, and once I prove myself, I don't even have to ask for a big mile run no more, because everybody is going to be watching you, because you're fresh out of school and you're getting on the truck, so they're going to be watching your moves. You just got to prove yourself, and the money is going to come. So if your miles is low when you first start off, don't get frustrated and just say forget it. I don't care if this load get there on time and all that. Don't get frustrated. Just keep grinding. And man, keep that truck rolling. Keep that truck moving. And the miles is going to start increasing. How long are you out with your trainer at Swift? When you with Swift, you're usually out with a trainer you gotta roll out with a trainer for 200 miles. I'm sorry, that's wrong. 200 hours behind the wheel. Now, your hours only count when you're driving behind the wheels. That's the only hours that they're counting towards those 200 hours. So, if you get out on time, you should be done with your mentor probably in about 4 to 5 weeks. As long as you ain't have any breakdowns or anything like that, and your mentor is actually letting you drive. Because when I was with my mentor, he was letting me max my clock out. That I was taking 34s every week because he wanted me to get the miles and the hours to drive. So that also make your check big too, because you're getting paid doing training about an hour. So you're going to get paid for how many hours you spend behind the wheel, and then you're going to get paid for the hours that you spend on duty. So you want to be rolling. My mentor had me rolling, man, 10 hours a day. I was grinding hard. That's why now I can drive by myself 10 hours and just knock it out with no problem. Like day before yesterday, I drove for 7 hours and I didn't even take a 30-minute break. I stopped to use the restroom for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes and finished my trip. And then I was done. How much did you make in training altogether? My biggest check that I made in training was like $500. And the reason why my check was like that, because I was doing advances every week. So I could have made probably about $600 some of those weeks, but I was doing advances and stuff like that. So advances killed my check because I was broke and I didn't have no money. Because when I first got with Swift, I didn't have no job. So I didn't have no money. So once you get here, it can be different for you, especially if your trainer letting you drive. If he letting you max your clock out every week and you're getting at least more than 40 hours a week, you should see at least about 500 every week, depending on how you and your trainer are rolling. Did you run as team doing training? Yes. That's everybody when you running working with Swift. Your first week when you out here with your trainer, you're gonna be running solo. You're only going to take solo type of loads, but your trainer will be in the passenger seat for those 50 hours. Your trainer would not be driving. They will be monitoring you as you drive. They will be supervising you from the passenger seat for those first 50 hours. Then after those 50 hours, you got to call your driver manager, your development manager. Once you call that person up, you gotta call them every 50 hours that you meet. So the first 50 hours you gotta call, then 100 hours you gotta call, 150 hours you gotta call, then 200 hours you have to call. Once you hit 50 hours, you're gonna call your driver development manager, let them know how everything going so far. They're gonna talk to your mentor. Then they're going to ask your mentor, is that driver ready to run as a team? So if your mentor feel like that you're ready to run team and he feel comfortable with you driving on your own, then after those 50 hours, you're running team. So when he's in the sleeper, you're driving. When you're in the sleeper, he's driving. And that truck is not stopping. I mean, unless y'all want to stop and take breaks and however y'all schedule goes, but you're going to be hauling back and forth. Me and my trainer had a load going from California, cross country, all the way to Maine. We was running east to west coast back and forth. So that's how Swift does it. After the 50 hours, then you run as team with your trainer. At trucker, did you bring money for food to training? You want to bring money for training with you when you first get out on the truck. I didn't have that much money. I think I maybe had like $50. So when I first got on the truck, I had took out advance as soon as I got on the truck, and they sent me my money as soon as I got on the truck. I took $100 advance, and I made it through my first week off of that $100. That money went fast because my trainer really. That money went fast because my trainer, he didn't like to really go to Walmart like that, and he didn't mind eating at the truck stops every day. So I gained a lot of weight actually when I was with my trainer. But I recommend that you have some money on you when you first get with your trainer, man, and make everything easier for you. Do they put you in your own truck early, or do you have to do the whole 200 hours? No, Swift would not put you in the truck early. It don't matter how good you're driving. I was doing good. My driver, my mentor would be asleep the whole shift. And I didn't have to wake him up for nothing. I knew how to go and handle the paperwork, slap my tandems, frilling up, and stuff like that. And guess what? I still had to stay with him until the 200 hours was up. It only took me a week to really get it, like 2 weeks. It took me about 2 weeks to get everything down pat to where I ain't have to keep asking him questions. But no, you got to do the whole 200 hours. They don't do shortcuts. Okay, I'm trying to see if anybody else got any more questions. But being out here on the road for the first time though, man, it's a learning experience though. When I had got on the truck, I'd never really been nowhere. The only places I've been outside of Illinois was Indiana and Wisconsin. And by us doing cross country runs, I was loving it, man. Man, I'm really worried about the shifting. Everybody worry, you shouldn't. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being nervous, especially when it comes down to shifting. Yeah, it can be a nerve wreck, but just take your time. Remember where your gears are. That's it. And take your time. Watch your RPMs. Every time you see your RPMs reach 15, reach the 15, go up another gear. Just take your time. How was your first winter and driving through mountains? I learned how to drive through the mountains during the summertime because that's when I first got on the truck. So when I first went through the mountains, it was I almost pissed on myself, man. Man, it was man. My arms were stiff. I was sweating. The AC was on full blast, but my body was still hot. My first time going through the mountains was going down I-17 in Arizona, heading south to Phoenix. And that's a long downgrade. That downgrade is, I think it stretches like 18 or 20 miles. And some of it like a 6% halfway through it. Then you got like a 5%. But my first time in the winter though, man, it was a wreck though. I had to teach myself how to change my tires up. The reason why it was hard for me to actually get adjusted to driving during the winter time I didn't train during the winter, and my trainer never showed me how to put chains on the truck. And I went through the area in Colorado where you had to chain up. So I had to teach myself how to chain up on YouTube. I taught myself how to chain up on YouTube. So hopefully when you get out of school, Tita Hooper, I'm gonna just call you Hooper, man. I don't feel like saying the whole thing. Once you get out of school, by the time you get out, it's gonna be mandatory that all trucks have chains on their trucks, because September 1st, I think in September you gotta have chains on your truck. So ask your mentor to please show you how to put chains on your truck. It's a headache when you don't know what you're doing. The reason why it can be even more harder when you don't know that all chains don't go on every tire. You gotta actually have the chains that fit your tires. I thought the chains was a one size fit all. So I almost snapped the chain around my axles actually during last winter when I first put them on. So I struggled throughout the winter. First with learning how to chain up, then driving in the snow. I was driving, sometimes I would make a mistake and overspeed. So it was a headache. I had a lot of critical events triggered on my Qualcomm last winter. So yeah, it was rough for me, man. Real rough. Especially when you gotta lay down on the ground to put chains on inside in the snow while you're in Colorado with all the trucks flying past you. Hey, I got stories for days out here. What's the hardest part of getting loads delivered on time? The hardest part about getting loads delivered on time is things that happen that you cannot prevent, like traffic, construction, your truck breaking down, simple stuff like that. But there's nothing really hard about getting your loads delivered on time. You just gotta set your clock for 10 hours and you need to be on time. 10 hours is up, you need to be back up ready to roll again. It's not only thing that can stop you from being on time is things that's unpreventable, that you have no control of. But once you have a schedule, man, you got to treat this like a regular 9 to 5. If you know you had to be at work 9 o'clock every morning, then you know what time you need to be up to be at work on time. So honestly, driving trucks, we have it more easier to be on time because you're getting schedules that's about 2 to 3 days from when you need to deliver it. And so you only way you can't be late if it's out of your hands, situations you have no control of, stuff like that. But if you pick your load up on time, there's no reason why you can't get your load delivered on time if you don't have any troubles down the road. It's all up to you. What are good companies for recent CDL holders? I'm not really big on telling people what are good companies and what are not good companies. You can make the best of any company you go to. The best advice I can give as far as what companies are good, I would say know what freight that you want to haul. Whether it's flatbed, drive-in, or reefer, or tankers. You want to know what you're hauling. Second, when you're talking to your recruiter, you want to ask how much do they pay per mile. How much they pay per mile. Look up on YouTube about the companies, or look up on Google about some of the companies that you might want to go to, because I can't determine for you what are good companies. because I like Swift. This is a good company for me. I have no problems with Swift. Would I recommend it to another person? Yes, I would. But I will also tell you that everybody's experience won't be the same. So I don't want to get on YouTube and try to tell people what's good companies and what are bad companies, because every company, there's always a bad apple in every batch. So no matter what company you go to, certain terminals, they might be hard to deal with. So I would say do your research. Let me wait till this connection. Yeah, man. I hope my phone just really froze up, man. I'm trying to see if y'all still in the room. But just do your research on the companies that you want to go to, man, or potential companies, and know what you want to haul. And look up other truck drivers on YouTube and see, do they have any commentary about the companies they work for? What are some pros and cons of reefer and drive-in? The pros and cons of reefer and drive-in. When you're doing with certain companies, if you start off doing drive-in with no training on how to do reefer, some other companies, they won't allow you to drive reefer. So if you, like with Swift, I think if you start off doing drive-in, they might not let you go and do reefer. So if you plan on going to like another company to work, and they ask you to have at least 1 year of experience, and they require that you have 1 year of experience at least hauling reefer, it kind of limits you on what you can haul. If you get what I'm saying. See, I do reefer, and so with me doing reefer, I can also drive-in loads. Reefer is not hard. All you gotta do is monitor your temperature on your trailer and keep fuel inside the reefer tank. That's all you really have to do. So I say if you just start off with drive-in and you plan on doing reefer, depending on what company you go to, it can keep you limited. But if you want a company that got a lot of freight, it really wouldn't matter if you're doing reefer or a drive-in if you're a company driver, because you still can get good mileage. With the reefer, the one thing I don't like about the reefer is that we have a lot of live unloads and a lot of live loads. Live loads and live unloads means you sitting at the dock mostly getting unloaded. Now with the drive-ins, the drive-ins usually have a lot of dropping hooks, which means you just go to a shipper, drop your trailer off, and then you pick up an empty trailer and keep rolling. But sometimes you might not get a dropping hook with the drive-ins. But doing drive-in or doing reefer is not bad. You still can make good money as a company driver, an owner-operator, or a lease operator, no matter what freight you haul. You just gotta learn where the freight is moving and where it's coming from. Does reefer have some really late drops? Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to mention about the reefer. Reefer loads, they usually have different time schedules. Sometimes you can be dropping loads off 2 in the morning, sometimes 3 in the morning. They have a lot of late drops. That's one of the cons to hauling reefer. That when you hauling late at night and you dropping something off, you gotta find somewhere to park now, especially at 3 in the morning. Depending on where you're at, it can be hard to find somewhere to park. I kind of want to pull a reefer. Hey man, reefer man, that's where the miles at. I know with the reefer at Swift, they keep me on the West Coast a lot with the reefer. So I'm glad I kind of did choose to do reefer, because I'm mostly on the West Coast and hauling meat and fruits. They send me up to Washington to get some fruits, or they'll send me somewhere from like the East Coast all the way to Utah or California, you know. Oh, when you're a company driver, can you take days off whenever, or do they get pissed? When you're a company driver, I usually take my time off on my 34s. I like running because I want to see a big check every week. So you gotta learn how to plan out your 34s. And some days you can get a good rest. Like look, like example, I had delivered my load around like 12 in the afternoon today. My appointment for tomorrow is actually like 6 miles away. I don't know, I'm trying to wait till this signal. So my appointment is like 6 miles away. I'm gonna sit here all the way until 6 o'clock tomorrow. That's another way you can get rest. But plan your 34s. You gotta know how to plan your 34s out. But no, they won't get mad you doing your 34s. If you don't have the hours and you feel like you're ready to take a 34 and you want to take a break, set up and set your PTA on your Qualcomm 34 hours from your delivery, and call your manager and let them know you want to take a 34. But you can't just like say, oh, I delivered one load this week, I want to just go ready to take a 34 when you have a lot of hours. I mean, just plan them around the time when your hours get low. Like, I've been planning my 34s out good. And I've been in, like, big cities. Like, my last 34 I had in Denver. Then I did one in Salt Lake City. I did one in Phoenix. You know, just got to know how to plan them out. How do you find parking at 3 in the morning? I use this app called Trucker Path. So it'll tell you if the truck stops are packed or not. So if they're not all that packed, I usually take my chance and I go pull it in. Now, if you got a 3 in the morning, a delivery that late, you want to make sure when you deliver that load that you have a good clock. I'm talking about a good clock. And you want to make sure that when you make it to your factory to deliver, that you got at least 2 to 3 hours on your clock to find somewhere to park. Usually at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I go find a Walmart to park at, or a rest area. You got to know the areas, get familiar with the areas that you run. So when I'm in certain areas, I know where I can park, depending on the time that I need to find parking. So you gotta get familiar with the areas that you're gonna travel through a lot. But I usually use Walmart. Is there enough space back there to have some fun when a trucker gets lonely? Say you meet a fine girl at a Love's and Petro, and you just, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. There's a Forever Out 21. Come on, why is they signal? I don't want to use my signal because I know it's gonna be slow. Forever out 21. Yeah, that's enough space for 2 people. If you got a girl with you, and you know you want to bring your girl on the truck and all that, there's enough room. You can get your bid. You can handle your business. Now, if she a plus size woman, you can still handle your business, but y'all might not be able to lay on the same bunk together. If you got, it depends on what type of sleeper you have. But most of these companies, they have a double deck bunk bed. So you got a bottom bunk and you got a top bunk. But if you need to get busy and you want to bring your girl on the road with you, there's plenty of enough space to bring your girl on the road with you. All I recommend is you close your curtains. What do you do if they eat your clock up at a shipper and you can't get to a Walmart or something? What do you do if they eat your clock up at a shipper and you can't get to a Walmart or something? Your best move, look, this is another thing. I should have told you this. When you're in the area of your shipper, look at everything that you coming past. Look at something that when you within at least 3 or 4 blocks, even a mile within your shipper, look for like empty lots. Look for sidewalks that doesn't say no parking. Look for stuff like that, because if you don't have no hours and you talking about your clock is just drained, you gotta make that decision. You gotta monitor your clock before you take off. That's why pre-planning is very important, because if you plan your trip out right, you will know if you're going to get to your shipper with a lot of hours on your clock. You have 14 hours within a day. If you get to a shipper, you want to make sure that when you get to that shipper, that your clock is not, your 14 hour is not taking over your 11-hour clock. Because if your 14 is eating up your 11-hour clock, now you have a problem. So pre-planning is very important. If you pre-plan, you will know what time you're going to make it there. You don't even know how many hours you will have on your clock. Now, if you know that according to your plan, if you drive and you're not going to have any time on your clock, you might want to get on the phone with your DM and let them know, look, I don't know if I'm going to make this appointment time with a decent clock, and I don't want to go over my... You want to get on the phone with your DM and let them know if you feel like you're not going to be able to deliver that load with the time that's needed. So pre-plan is very important, and make sure that in your trip that you can get there with a decent clock. I mean, you don't need that many hours. Once you at your shipper, if you at a shipper for 14 hours, you just did a whole reset. Just because if you're sitting, just because you at a shipper and you're off duty, your clock automatically reset. So this is what I do. When I go to a shipper, and once you get familiar with some of these factories, I usually put my I usually go in a sleeper, and you can do an 8-2 split. So with an 8-2 split, you gotta stay in the sleeper for 8 hours. So whatever hours that you didn't use from the time before, they give you those hours back. And But you gotta take at least a 2-hour break though before them hours is up to get the rest of your hours for the day. So I usually put myself in the sleeper. So if I'm gonna sit there for about 5 or 6 hours, pre-planning is very important. If I know that this factory takes 5 or 6 hours, I'm gonna make sure that I get there with a decent amount of clock. If you ever deliver to a Walmart, and if you got like a live load, unload, Walmart usually take about 5 to 6 hours. So if I run out of hours at a Walmart DC, I usually park in a OTR lane, and I usually just sit there until my clock reset and I take off. But once you get out here though, you'll figure out how to make some of the choices that you need to make, some of the decisions that you need to make. But pre-planning is very important. Pre-planning you'll know when you're going to stop the next day. You already know where you're taking off at, so you'll know how many hours you should have on your clock. If you got a long load, I'm talking about big mileage, you got to go from, I'm going to just say you got like a 2,600 mile run. You know that in between from day one, that you don't got that many time, you don't have that many hours to waste. So when you running, you got to schedule your 30-minute breaks out good. I usually take my 30-minute breaks after I ran at least 5 hours. I ride like 5 hours flat. Okay. So you just want to pre-plan. I mean, it sounds difficult, but it's not that difficult though. It takes time to learn how to properly pre-plan. Like I run out of hours sometimes because I done been to a Walmart where I had to drive there and burn my whole clock out. I didn't have no time. I had 30 minutes of drive time left. I had maybe 2 hours left on my 14. Now, I know that Walmart usually holds you for about 5 hours. So I was in the negative. I couldn't go nowhere. But I felt it was this dirt field that was right across the street from the Walmart DC where I had to deliver to. And I drove and sat in the dirt field, no restroom or nothing, and I took my 10-hour break there. So if you got to park on the side, on the street somewhere, then you got to do what you got to do. But don't go over your hours driving. That's what you don't want to do. Don't go over your hours driving. What if you're 14 hours waiting? Oh, I answered that question. So basically your 14 hours, if you're at a shipper, your clock already reset it. You can take yourself off. You can take off after that. Man, I see myself getting in the middle of nowhere and being out of hours. No, you actually shouldn't run out of hours. If you like to take restroom breaks and stop every 3 to 4 hours and taking 30-minute breaks, then yeah, you're gonna be you're gonna be in trouble with your clock, because you're gonna be either late. You're either gonna be late or you're gonna be running out of time. But if you're managing your time and you running, then you should be fine. But you got to get out here on the road though, and you'll be able to see what you'll be able to do. It sounds difficult just saying it, but it's easy, man. It's easy. And sometimes you got to sleep in places that you really don't want to sleep at. Like one time I had a delivery in Oakland. There was no truck stops up in Oakland. I was at the port of Oakland. I was sitting like in the middle of a street, and they had like this one big lane with a bunch of trucks, and we were just sitting in the middle of the street, just sitting there all day, just park over there all night for the whole night. Okay, let me see if somebody else got any questions. How was your IT? How was it like going out with your trainer? I always hear horror stories about trainers. I heard a bunch of horror stories about trainers too. My trainer, when I was with my mentor, I had a good mentor. We was always running. He kept me running. He didn't like to go home. He said he stayed on the truck until I completed my 200 hours. He was like, I don't go home on my students. He was like, once I get a student, we run until your hours is up. Because, you know, some trainers, they like to take their home time every week. And they like to go home every week. And you ain't getting that many hours. And you end up stuck with a trainer for almost 2 months, which it shouldn't even take that long. And depending on your trainer, there's all kinds of horror stories. You got horror stories for the trainers, and there's horror stories about the trainees. Because I've seen some trainers say that the students that they had was bad. Like they didn't like to drive during certain times. They would act lazy and didn't want to get up, or they wouldn't keep up with their hygienes and stuff like that. So it depends. But my training was good, man. I had a good trainer. Let me see that I get to go to any question, miss any question. What are some pros? No, I'm caught up with the questions. I'll just see if somebody else got any questions or anything. But I'm here though if y'all got any more questions or anything about being on the road. Cause I'm still learning myself, man. I still feel like I'm a rookie, even though, you know, I'm about to make it. It's about to make a year on Thursday for me. I'm still learning, man. I'm right now. I'm just like watching other YouTubers on who talk about lease purchases and stuff like that, and how to run a truck when you leasing. So that's what I'm teaching myself. Like right now, I've been watching the company where they send me to get fuel, and how far in between from one destination to the next do they set me up to get fuel. So I've been kind of like watching stuff like that, learning how to fuel my truck up. Is your bagging good now? It takes a while to get good at it. Yeah, I got good at it now. I'm real good at it now, man. Cause I done bagged in some tight spots. I done did so many blind baggings. Man, if you want to know if you're really getting good at bagging up, if you're forced to do a blind spot bagging and you get it, then you know you're doing good. And I did a lot of those out here. The way that some of these shippers are set up, I had to do a lot of blind side. But yeah, man, it took me a couple of months to get it down packed. But some days I be kind of off still sometimes though. Some days I be kind of rusty. Some days I be on the money. Yeah, trucking is always a learning experience. How long do you have to be at Swift before they bump up your pay per mile? They bump up your pay every year. The good thing is though with Swift has a sliding pay scale. So if you're running West Coast freight, you start off at 36 cents, then it's going to be all 36 cents. If you're running back towards east of Mississippi, then the pay rate goes up higher actually. So You're on paper, you're gonna start off at 36 cents a mile. But if you're running East Coast, the freight pays higher. So Swift pays you a little more. I know some loads be like 39 cents a mile, stuff like that. So that's how they pay you. You pretty much starting at 36 cents a mile. But when you run it back East Coast, they bump it up. You get a bonus every 3 months. Your bonus can be $2,000 before taxes. Yeah, man, your bonus can be almost $2,000 before taxes. The biggest bonus I had so far, and that's because I really did like advances. The biggest bonus I had so far, I got like $2,000 before taxes. My bonus was like $2,000 and yeah, my bonus was like $2,002 or $200 some dollars. I got about like $1,600 after taxes, and I had advances, so I would have had more than that. Have you finished your contract yet? Swift doesn't do a contract. Come on, Signal. Swift doesn't have a contract, but you're obligated to pay it back once you finish school. But they do take the money out of my check. They take out for the hotel that I stayed at during school. They take out. Hold on. They take out for the hotel that I stayed at, and they take out for the school. I should be done this month actually. Then I'll be done, and I ain't got to worry about owing them no more money. My balance came out to what it came out to, $4,400 or $4,500. What's the best barbecue you had so far? The best barbecue I had so far out of all the places I've been to, and even my hometown, the best barbecue I had is when I went to Memphis and I ate some barbecue from the BB King restaurant. The best barbecue I had, hands down. That's why I can't wait to go back to Memphis again. And I'm going to try out another spot in Memphis. But I heard like Kentucky is good with barbecue and Kansas is good with barbecue. I had some greens from Alabama one time. That was some of the best greens I done had. I think the South got some of the best cookers. They got the best food to me. They got the best food. Oh, Texas. See, I would say Texas, but I haven't eaten any barbecue from Texas. But I know the food is great. It's good down there, especially the steaks. I know Texas is big on steaks. I don't eat steaks or red meat or pork anymore. But if I go back down there to Texas, I think I might make an exception for one day and get me a steak when I'm down there. And get me a steak while I'm down there. Had to turn my light on, man. It's getting dark out here now. Okay, let me see if there's anybody else here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to rendezvous in Memphis. See, when I went down there, I was kind of I wasn't on a rush, but it was real hot down there, and I ain't really feel like keep looking for getting out of my Uber, looking for restaurants. So I went somewhere that was more convenient. I went to the downtown, but I'm definitely gonna check them out. Somebody recommended that I go taste some food from Corky's down there. So I'm gonna definitely try them out though when I get down there. Now, I mean, I understood what you were saying though, man. Even if it was spelled wrong, we ain't gonna pay attention to that. I understood what you was saying though, so everything all good. Hey, if I do look it up, I'ma just use my speak to text. What's that, voice to text? Did you ever live down there? It's in it right now though. We have the second largest Bass Pro Shop in the country. Yeah, they do though. I saw it. It's by the pyramid. I don't know if that's what they call it though, but I know what you're talking about. Oh, he's from Memphis. I didn't know you were from Memphis. Yeah, it's right downtown. It's like that little pyramid thing that used to light up. I'm not sure if it still lights up or not though. How much experience do you need to get on a dedicated account? At Swift, I done seen people come fresh out of school and get on a dedicated account. Especially if you ran on a dedicated account with your trainer. Those most of the people that I've seen go straight to dedicated. It's why I want to do that now though. It's like most of the people that I've seen go to dedicated, like I said, because my thing keep losing signal. Most of them that go to dedicated, a lot of them they ran dedicated with their mentor. So I seen a lot of them go straight to dedicated, especially if your mentor give you the hookup. But sometimes you can go after like 3 months. Heard their driver training program is good. Yeah, Swift driver program is good. Some programs at different companies are longer. Depends on what you get out of it though. But yeah, my signal just keep going. Why I want to keep doing that? Oh, I'm gonna have to probably get ready to end this. Yeah, Walmart distribution centers do pay good for their dedicated. I think you gotta have some time for that dedicated though. For Walmart dedicated, I think you gotta put some time in though with Swift though to get on that dedicated route with Swift for that Walmart distribution center. I don't think you can come fresh out of school and get in that account, because Walmart is one of their most important accounts. So I don't think they let you get that fresh out of bat. I think you gotta have seniority to get the Walmart distribution center account. But yeah, man, you can make good money just running Walmart loads because they pay a lot. So you could make $1,000 a week. And the good thing about that is it'll be consistent with the dedicated, because you're going from shipper to another shipper. Do they do Amazon? I can't really recall, because Amazon will mostly be a dry freight run. I mostly do a lot of reefer runs, so they probably do have Amazon runs, but we wouldn't haul an Amazon trailer. They might have some freight that's for Amazon that might come on a Swift trailer, but I haven't seen any Swift trucks pull an Amazon trailer yet. So I really don't know. We just get like one. What you think about U.S. Express? Are they a good company? I really don't know that much about U.S. Express. There are some U.S. Express YouTubers, I think. Just type in U.S. Express on YouTube, and you might see some YouTubers are from U.S. Express. But if you want to find out about U.S. Express, call a recruiter and do your own research online and ask how much they pay. What's the mileage that you're looking to average per week? You want to look at your pay rate. If they pay for your school, you want to see do you have to sign a contract for a year and stuff like that. The home time, what you want to ask for. But every company got a bad and a good side. There's always pros and cons to every company. So I'm not going to get on here and say is U.S. Express a good or a bad company. All I would say is before you pick a company to go to, that's if you're already not with a company. If you're not with a company, do your research before you go with a company. Been to the Fontana yard. Okay. How do you stay active and get exercise since you drive all the time? When you see me filming a lot of these videos, when I be in these different cities, I'm usually taking an Uber to their downtown, but I'm walking around their entire downtown. That's some of the stuff that you guys don't really see behind the scenes. You might see me in like one location, then to the next. I usually walk around to a lot of places that I go. And I know that me exercising is limited. So I don't eat certain foods. I cook most of my food on my truck. I don't deep fry my food or anything. I use like the cooking spray, and I got like a stickless pen. And what I do is I only eat chicken, fish, and turkey, and that's it. And I don't eat junk food. I like buy fruits, and I eat like granola bars and stuff like that. Cause since I know that I don't get to exercise that often, but I do walk around as much as I can, and I watch what I eat. And I don't eat this food at the truck stop. I buy my own food. I prepare and cook my own food. Because if I ate at the truck stop every day, man, I'll be big out here. I probably wouldn't be able to fit my face on in front of this camera. Hold on. What model trucks do Swift use? The biggest models that Swift use is the Freightliners. They use the Kenworths and the Internationals. Swift is getting rid of the Internationals and some of the Kenworths. If you're a owner operator or a lease operator at Swift, most of the trucks is the same, the Kenworth or the Freightliner. But Swift is real big on Freightliners. Swift has Volvos, but they don't have that many Volvos that's just out here. Swift has Volvos, but they're the older trucks. They're not buying anymore. They're not really buying the Volvos. Swift is actually phasing out some of the other brands they have. They're actually starting to just only have mostly Freightliners now. Do they still drive the 10 speeds? Yes, they still have the 10 speeds. I drive the 10-speed manual. So, yeah, Swift still has the 10-speed. Can't get rid of the 10-speed. What's the best strip club you done been to while on the road? Keep it G with me. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I haven't been to a strip club, but I've driven past strip clubs. I gotta say, Memphis has a lot of strip clubs. Have I been in the strip clubs? Actually, no. I haven't been inside the strip clubs. The way my money been going for like this last year, I've been paying off most of my debt. So I haven't had extra money to really just blow it. I just been paying off debt, so I can't even give you a story about the strip clubs. Really, I really can't. Do they have inverters and what watts? Swifts are starting to put power inverters in the new trucks. All the new trucks have power inverters, from the 16,000s to the year 2018s. Those the trucks that have power inverters. My truck don't have a power inverter. How many watts? I'm not sure about how many watts it is, but I know if you got a power inverter on your truck, oh my God, this signal. But yeah, you can power a refrigerator, TV, and everything you need to power with the watts. Yeah, Swift has automatics. Most of their trucks that they're getting now are automatics. So yes, Swift has a lot of automatics. I drove an automatic truck the first 10 months that I've been with this company. I just got a manual like 2 months ago. Have you been to all 48 states yet? No. I've been to about 44 probably right now. I just made it to 2 new states that I've never been to at first. The 2 new states that I've been to this week was Montana and South Dakota. So I drove in the area of the Mount Rushmore monument. So I've been about 44 states now. I gotta knock out some of them states on the East Coast. I never been to New Jersey. I never been to Delaware, Louisiana, Florida, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Those the states I haven't been to yet. So I got about 44, 43 states under my belt so far. And that's all within a year. Okay, let me see if anybody else on that. I'm gonna might get ready. Are you going to do training anytime? If I ever lease my own truck with Swift, then I would train. Then I really would train. I wouldn't mind training though. I can see that in the future. Right now, I got plans to actually lease my own truck and go my own route, or I might just go ahead and lease and train actually as well. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I don't know. I thought about training though. I would like to train though. Do they have a refresher course? Yes, Swift has a refresher course, especially if you already have the license already and you already have the experience and you just been out for a while. Swift has a refresher course. I gotta give me some water real quick. My mouth is dry. Man, I'm back. I had to get something out of my cooler. Because my signal just keep going in and out. Yeah, it's ain't Fontana. That's California, right? The Fontana terminal, isn't that California? I'm going to Swift in November. I hope I get a good instructor that can teach me right. Did you hear any stories about bad instructors? Yeah, I heard about it. I heard a million stories about bad instructors. I heard a million stories about bad trainees. I heard bad stories about bad trainees. So, yeah, man, I hope you get a good mentor too, though, man. I had a great mentor, and he kept me out on the road, and he was out on the road. So, yeah, man, everything to be good. If you get you a good mentor that's gonna teach you how to run your truck. Swift home policy is good. Every week that you stay out is a day that you earn for your home time. So they get you home whenever you put it in. So they good on their home time. But I'm gonna get ready and wrap this video up. I'm gonna do another live feed. Probably next live feed I do is when I get in Atlanta on Thursday, or if I make it there Wednesday night. So I'm gonna get ready and hang it up, man. I just wanted to chat it up with y'all, man. And just come join my live feed Thursday. I'll probably do it sometime in the afternoon, because I know a lot of people probably be working. But I'm gonna get ready and head out, man. Thanks everybody who came in and chatted up with me, and I'm about to head out. Peace.